saw people in Sugar and they're like, okay, so this is one of those episodes that makes you feel embarrassed as a Nigerian. I never thought in my lifetime of doing this show that I would ever talk about Nigeria banning a social media platform. So this episode is all about the federal government of Nigeria versus Twitter. You know, as you must have heard, Nigeria has banned the activities of Twitter in Nigeria. This is so sad, man. Well, they said they did, but as of the time that we shot this video, people are still using Twitter in Nigeria. People are still tweeting. Like, it's so childish. You just have to wonder, who is really advising these people? Do you feel accomplished now that you banned Twitter? You banned Twitter, oh my God. Do you feel like you've done something? Twitter is a global platform. They are not out there like crying because Nigerian government doesn't like them or whatever. But anyway, you guys know there's a whole story behind this drama. To cut the long story short, Twitter deleted Buhari's tweets, and then they also took down his video, and also they suspended his account for 12 hours. Just like they've done with so many other people, including former US president. Even when they suspended Trump's account in America, America did not ban Twitter. I don't know which one be Nigeria's problem that they have to ban Twitter. I think it's one of those do you know who I am mentality in Nigeria. They want to flex. Nigerian government wants to flex. They want Twitter to know who they are. Ogalai, are you happy right now? Real quick, if you're watching me from Nigeria and you are not able to access Twitter, please download the VPN, change your country. You'll be able to use Twitter just like any other day. Whatever they did does not affect you if you just download the VPN and change your location, change your country. You'll be able to use Twitter just like anybody else. Yeah, people. Anyway, the most ridiculous thing is they used the same Twitter to announce that they banned Twitter. Imagine the whole Ministry of Information and Culture, that is Ogalai's office, used Twitter to announce to us that they are banning Twitter. Please, who needs who? And then we have people like my father here, Adam Mugabe. You guys remember that uncle that threatened to sue Twitter in Nigeria during the EndSARS protest?
For actively sponsoring and supporting the EndSARS movement by encouraging funding for this movement, we are calling on Jack Dorsey to come and pay Nigerian government $1 billion in compensation for all the damages that he caused this country.
That's him, man. The man was celebrating on Twitter that Buhari banned Twitter. I'm like, wait, no be you be that? After celebrating that Nigeria banned Twitter, the same man went on Twitter to announce that he will be on Channels TV that day by 7 p.m. Please stay tuned. He doesn't have another avenue to announce his activities. I'm sorry.
The most stable countries in the world are the countries that are not on that control and regulate the flow of social media.
Which are?
Like China, for instance. China is one of the most stable countries in the world simply because they decided not to allow these foreign social platforms in their land.
I don't know if my uncle is all right. I hope you are taking your medication. No. First, I don't mean it in a bad way. No, for you. I'm talking about like vitamins and stuff. They are really good for the body. When you have any deficiency like that, it can reflect in what you tweet. What you tweet. I'm not abusing you, sir. You know I can never abuse you. I trust Nigerians. They were giving it to the man. Like, listen to this by Olaitan Onaka. You advertise your crowd on Twitter. You prove your foolishness on Twitter. You rant on Twitter. You're celebrating the ban of Twitter on Twitter. You pass your religious sentiment on Twitter. You became more popular on Twitter. You cannot do without Twitter. Oh my goodness. Seriously, do you have to go to Haba? And then Alfred Ejama said, how are you still able to tweet? I told you that they don't know what they are doing when they said about Twitter. The man is still tweeting. Even NTA, the Nigerian Television Authority, went on Twitter to announce that the federal government is banning Twitter. These people actually need Twitter more than they know it. It's because that is where they make all their announcements. People like Femi Adesina, people like Alhaji Garba Shehu. Where do you think they talk to people? On Twitter. Where do they have a lot of followers? On Twitter. So I don't know who is actually affected by this banning of Twitter. In fact, the one that is paining me right now is, how are we supposed to know why Femi Adesina fell in love with Buhari? You know, because he was announcing this on Twitter. In fact, on that day that Nigeria banned Twitter on Friday, Twitter stock went up by 3%, almost 4%. I'm like, wow, look at that. They don't even want Molara. Actually, since we are now the United African Republic, maybe the ban doesn't apply to Nigerians, I mean, uraniums, or what do we call ourselves now? But that's a topic for another day. Let's just talk about this one. So I want to talk about what led to this drama of banning Twitter. Let me say up front that the Buhari's administration has failed woefully. It's been the worst government we've ever had. I mean, there has never been a time that several ethnic groups would be agitating to separate from Nigeria as it is right now. Biafrans continue to agitate to leave Nigeria. Oduduwa Republic is agitating to leave. Even some northerners are also ready to leave Nigeria.
The North, before now, is saying we don't believe in separation. But as I'm standing, I'm telling you that if there's going to be separation tomorrow, the North is ready for it. We're also ready. Let's go our either ways.
Wow, you see what I'm saying? Well, insecurity has never been this bad. The economy is bad. Things have never been this expensive. It's just common security they cannot guarantee. But what I want to talk about today is what led to this Twitter drama. The federal government of Nigeria and the unknown gunmen of the eastern part of Nigeria. So to give you guys a short background, May 30th was the 54th anniversary of the day that Ojukwu declared Biafra. It is the day that Igbos remember those who died in the Nigerian Civil War that claimed the lives of at least 2 million people. Some people would say it's 3 million. Nigeria as a country has never been involved in the anniversary of Biafra. And they should, the country should acknowledge what happened. In fact, some Igbo governors are not involved in remembering Biafra at all out of fear that they may annoy the federal government. On Biafra Day, May 30th, the president, Buhari, did not say anything. And I think it would have been great for him to say something. As the president, he did not tweet anything or make any statement, at least to acknowledge the fact that more than 50 years ago, a genocide took place against the Igbos. Actually, the genocide against the Igbos in northern Nigeria happened before the war started. In fact, you can read about this genocide on Wikipedia. It's called the 1966 Anti-Igbo Pogrom. About 30,000 Igbos and people of the eastern part of Nigeria, not just Igbos, were killed, mainly because those who planned the coup and killed Ahmadu Bello at that time were mostly Igbo soldiers. Not all of them. There were Yorubas, there were Hausas among them. So during this genocidal attack, they targeted people from the eastern side of Nigeria. And it's not just the Igbos, like I said. There were Ijaw people, there were people from Cross River, there were people from Bayelsa, people from Delta State. So many of them were also shot by Muritala Muhammad in Asaba. Not to talk about those who died of hunger when the war started. I wish that we have statistics, but some people would say that at least 85% of those who were killed during the war were people from the eastern part of Nigeria. I did an episode some years ago that Nigeria cannot continue to live in denial about what happened during the Civil War, especially seeing that a lot of people are still grieved. A lot of people are still agitating for separation. Denying that Igbos are being marginalized in Nigeria will not make the matter disappear, because yes, they are. A genocide happened in Nigeria and there's no memorial, no museum by the government, nothing to acknowledge the wrong done so that it doesn't happen again. And not just the genocide, a war took place as well. Now, prior to the Biafran Memorial Day, please know that there has been a huge tension in the eastern part of Nigeria where it is mostly Igbo territory. There has been various reports by residents that the presidency is deploying the Nigerian police and the military to harass them, killing young boys on the suspects that they are members of Biafra. Word on the street is that at least 500 civilians have been killed in the eastern part of Nigeria by the Nigerian security forces. For example, in February of this year, the people of Imo State kept posting videos of military helicopters hovering over the Olu community. Jesus. So there was a lot of outrage that the Nigerian government did not send all those helicopters and soldiers after Boko Haram in Sambisa forest, or send the military after the killer herdsmen or after the bandits, but that they have been targeting the east. Now, the word on the street is that the Nigerian government was trying to find and kill members of the Eastern Security Network. Now, for those who may not know who the Eastern Security Network members are, the Eastern Security Network is the paramilitary organization organization of the indigenous people of Biafra. They are like the IPOB soldiers. It was launched about 5 months ago by Nnamdi Kanu, even though he's not in the country. They said that they are not different from Amotekun that exist in Yoruba land, and they also said that they are not different from the Hizbah police in Kano, that is the religious police force that enforces Sharia law in Kano. Now, these people have been active even before they became a formal Eastern Security Network, so they've been active in terms of doing some things. They said that they are out there to protect Igbos from the Fulani herdsmen that are killing people, and they are doing that. Of course, we've seen videos of them, protecting people, killing cows. The only problem is, while they're doing that, at the same time that the government was harassing people in the East, there were a series of attacks on government institutions and representatives. For example, police stations were set ablaze in Anambra State, in Ebonyi State, in Abia State, Imo State. In fact, in Imo State, inmates were set free as the place was set on fire. Unknown gunmen would just go to police stations, they would, kill the policemen and women, and they would take their weapons. More than 20 police stations have been burnt down in the eastern part of Nigeria. And they've killed people in the process of destroying these offices. About 41 INEC offices have been destroyed across the country, and 11 of them in the eastern part of the country. Each time this happened, the report that I see is always unknown gunmen. Every time unknown gunmen. Now, the main reason why some people are thinking that the Eastern Security Network may be responsible is solely because Nnamdi Kanu has been saying for years that without a referendum for Biafrans to secede, that there will be no elections in Nigeria. He's been saying that even before the last election. INEC is one that conducts election, and when these people are targeting the election offices, I'm not saying that they are the ones responsible. I'm just saying this is what a lot of people are thinking. Maybe it's just a coincidence that these unknown gunmen are targeting INEC offices and police stations. We don't know. And so many policemen and women have been killed. And a lot of these people are Igbos, by the way. People should be able to choose whether they want to be police or not, whether they want to work for INEC or not. This idea that if you are not for us, if you don't want what we want, then you are against us and we have to kill you or we have to abuse you on social media. Father, some people are getting ready now to start typing, to start abusing other people's mothers, other people's fathers, just because the person did not agree with their line of thinking. It doesn't work like that. It's okay to disagree. So I just wanted to make that clear that me addressing Buhari's tweet and condemning his tweet, which I will be doing soon, doesn't mean that I'm condoning what these unknown gunmen are doing. No, I think it's wrong. So back to what I was saying, the tension has been there for a long time now between this unknown gunmen and the Nigerian security forces. Now, on the 23rd of May, the INEC offices in Anambra State, Enugu, and Imo State were set on fire, once again by unknown gunmen. So on Biafra Day, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of Biafra, gave the order that nobody should go out. And that's exactly what happened. People stayed indoors. Nnamdi Kanu gave an order that whoever goes out on that day will be killed. How do you threaten your own people? How do you threaten the same people that you say you're fighting for? Nnamdi Kanu, I think the choice of whether people go out on Biafra Day or not should be voluntary, which leads me to what the federal government is doing wrong. You know how they say, with age comes wisdom? No, it doesn't apply to these people. On Biafra Day, May 30th, the President Buhari did not say anything. Instead, on June 1st, this is what Buhari tweeted. Let me read it for you guys. I received daily security reports on the attacks on critical national infrastructure, and it is very clear that those behind them want this administration to fail. Whoever wants the destruction of the system will soon have the shock of their lives. We've given them enough time. Okay, so Buhari is trying to say that the burning down of police stations and INEC offices by this unknown gunmen is a target for his administration to fail. Instead of acknowledging the displeasure of those who want to segregate and actually talking about why all these things are happening, he's saying that they just want him to fail. I don't think it's about him failing. And when he said that we've given them enough time, the meaning of that is that he's planning on sending more military forces to the east. Instead of seeing himself as the victim that they're just trying to make him feel, why can't he have a dialogue? Why can't he address what these people are upset about? That is the question that I've been asking. And then he sent out this tweet. He said, many of those misbehaving today were too young to be aware of the destruction and loss of lives that occurred during the Nigerian Civil War. Those of us in the fields for 30 months who went through the war will treat them in the language they understand. Wow. Wow. This tweet, like, seriously, this tweet only means one thing, that it wants to handle them with iron hand. You don't do that. You don't say that. And then I saw the video of him saying it. I was like, oh my God.
Now, for those of us who are unfortunate to be in the field for the 30 months of the Civil War, to see the carnage of how we kill ourselves, at least 1 million people. They were either too young, they didn't know what happened. But for those of us who went through all these things, we can't understand. So we will treat them in the language they understand.
First of all, if you start another war in the eastern part of Nigeria, and you may think that you want to target just the unknown gunmen, you would not know when it will spill over to regular people. As it is, a lot of innocent people have been killed by this government in the name of going after the unknown gunmen. Like I said earlier, report says at least 550, but we know it's way more than that. If they can report up to 550, you know it's even more than 1,000 people that have been killed. And a lot of these people are actually innocent people. So a president should not tweet something like this, which is encouraging iron fists. This is like you want to start another genocide. This is like you want to start another war in the eastern part of Nigeria. First of all, it's not just Igbos that live in the eastern part of Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, the Eastern Security Network that the Nigerian government is trying to go after, they don't have a uniform. They wear black. They wear all black. And they operate mostly at night. How can you differentiate between who is who? A lot of people wear all black. It doesn't mean that they are part of the Eastern Security Network. Also, they operate mostly at night. How will you be able to tell that, oh, this person is a member, this person is not a member? So we really need to be careful, because this can lead to another war in Nigeria. I told you earlier that before the war, there was a genocide against the Igbo people that claimed about 30,000 lives. And that was what led to the war. And the war ended up claiming between 2 to 3 million lives. So you only know the beginning of a war. You would never know the ending of a war. And where do you want Nigerians to go? We're the most populated country in all of Africa. If you start attacking Igbo people now in the eastern part of Nigeria, Igbo people in other parts of Nigeria may start attacking northerners. And before you know what is happening, a war could break out in the entire country. So that's why I do not support Buhari's tweet. I think it is instigating violence. As a leader, when people feel marginalized, and they are, you must acknowledge that and you must address it. You have to address it. Sending soldiers after them is not the solution. If you're a leader, you have to take the highway. There's a way the leader is supposed to come in and address things, not like this. It's just fueling more violence. I really like what Faust said. He said, have you treated Boko Haram with the language they understand? What about the kidnappers and the bandits? Today you go to London, tomorrow Paris. You're now coming here to tweet rubbish. I'm like, ooh, Father, Lord Almighty. In fact, what I love the most is how other Nigerians came in solidarity with the Igbos when Buhari tweeted this. The hashtag I am Igbo too started trending on Twitter. Look at this. Johnny Drill said, I served in Enugu State and it was one of the best moments of my life. The indigenous people were some of the kindest people I ever met. I'm also blessed with fans who are also Igbos and have some of the most beautiful hearts. Hashtag I am Igbo too. Also, this person said, my name is Akintude Tolulope Gabriel Akintomiwa. I am from Oyo State. But you know what? Hashtag I am Igbo too. Any genocidal occurrence on our Igbo family is a genocidal assault on us all. Son of Balogun said, I have many Igbo friends and colleagues. They love me and I love them too. Hashtag I am Igbo too. And not just that, some people made videos just to show their solidarity with the Igbos.
My name is Aisha Somto Chukwu Yusufu. I am Igbo. Any threat to the Igbo people is a threat to me. Any attack on the Igbo people is an attack on me. We are all Nigerians, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
I can't imagine being an Igbo citizen and seeing those tweets yesterday. I can't imagine the way it would have made them feel. And so I thought it'd be beautiful today if we can just rally around on our timeline to tell our Igbo brothers and sisters that we are one. We cannot fix the years of pain. We cannot fix the years of that feeling of not being wanted, of not being loved. But that's not going to be the narrative for our generation.
I was really moved when I started seeing all those tweets and those videos, people standing in solidarity with the Igbos. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to cry. I love seeing Nigerians come together. in solidarity against dictatorship or any kind of government that refuses to listen to the people. So needless to say, when Twitter saw the president's tweet, they took it down. They took down his tweet, which I think is great. Nobody should threaten another set of people with genocide, especially when we've had this happen before in our country. So when Twitter deleted his tweet, that was how all hell broke loose. So the presidency got mad. The president was really, really mad, saying that Twitter has an agenda in Nigeria. In fact, I could not believe that the same Minister of Information, that is Lai Mohammed, that he held a press conference on Twitter that same day that it happened. They don't say anything the same day that students are kidnapped. They will take their time. They will keep quiet for some days. He was quiet on October 20th after the massacre at Lekki Gate. But because Twitter deleted Buhari's tweet, suddenly he had a press conference. I was like, the devil is a liar.
The mission of Twitter in Nigeria is very, very suspect.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so Buhari's tweet was not suspicious. It was Twitter removing it that is suspicious. Wow.
As Twitter deleted the violent tweets that Nnamdi Kanu has been sending, has it?
Wait. Is Nnamdi Kanu the president of Nigeria? Why would you even compare him with the president? Is he in charge of the military forces? Heck no. Like I said, Nnamdi Kanu has his own flaws. He's always calling for violence. So many of his broadcasts, he will call for violence, telling people to take up guns and so on. I am not in support of that. And that's one of the reasons why Biafrans don't like me. It's fine. I just say it as it is. But whether Nnamdi Kanu calls for violence or not is not a reason for Buhari to call for violence. Buhari is a president. He's a whole president. He has to be really careful with what he says or what he tweets.
We have a country to rule, and we'll do so to the best of our ability.
A point of correction, you guys are not there to rule. You're supposed to be there to govern.
People were burning police stations and killing policemen in Nigeria during NSAS. It was about the right to protest. But when a similar thing happened on the Capitol, it became insurrection.
Ogalai, I've told you that a year's on term. Stop saying what you don't know. If you don't understand what is happening in American politics, must you talk, baby? Must you open your mouth? Tomorrow now you start crying that Twitter took their headquarters to Ghana because Nigerians are not marketing Nigeria well. Shoo. All I know is the only minute that I see in this tweet by Buhari is threatening another genocide against the Igbo people. And so let the UN not overlook his threat before he acts on it, because he can actually act on it based on the fact that he controls the military. And I'm not praising the actions of the so-called unknown gunmen in the East. Once again, I need to make that clear. But I think that there is an urgent need for a dialogue. We cannot continue to sweep cases under the carpet and expect them to take care of themselves. And it's not just the marginalization of Igbos, it's also the insecurity across the entire country. You see, it keeps getting worse because the presidency continues to act as if everything is fine, as if there's no problem. Guess what? Things continue to get worse. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Buhari's tweet. Let me know what you think about Nigeria banning Twitter. These old men, I'm sorry to say, they feel accomplished right now that they ban Twitter. I'm sorry. This is so sad. Young people will always find a way. And let me know what you think about this unknown gunmen as well. This is one of those episodes where I need to sit down with my popcorn to read the comments. I already told Colin Owo, I said they will come for him in this episode. He should get ready. You know me. I'm very innocent. Me, I know you guys. You have no issues with me. But with Colin Owo, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I must see you all later. Peace out.